Jeremy, give us a potted history of the relationship between Colac Bay and Bluff.
Well, the Reader's Digest condensed version is that it goes back to 1902, where they played an annual clash between Colac Bay and Bluff, in 1934 was the last time it was played, and then we revived it again 71 years later, and now we're playing the rematch again. It's a state of origin, where you come from, so everyone's out there looking at the books and trying to find their whakapapa and searching and finding out what team they want to play for. And we do have a bit of a dust up when it comes down to selection, as you can see.
What was the inspiration in 2006 to revive it all?
Well, I was reading a bit of the old storybook, believe it or not, I can read. And sussed out a bit of history of Colac Bay, because we moved out here and we thought it was about time the communities come back together, because they're all one big family, and that's the way it's evolved.
Tell us about the jerseys. They look, times have gone by.
Yeah, well, we're having a wee snapshot of the times of the old days. As you can see, since 1882, it's one of the oldest clubs, Colac Bay, in New Zealand, I might add that. And we're pretty proud of it to be able to revive it, especially the way things are now with rugby. So we decided we need to get this back up and running, and it's starting to grab some really good momentum. Yeah.
2006, who took out this trophy?
Well, we did in the last 5 minutes, because we did pay the ref off, personal friend the ref, and he is today again, and we won it in the last minute. But we have the netball and the under-15s in this game here, and you must win 2 to hold the shield, which is called the Oraka Motupuki, which means Bluff Colac Bay shield. Hopefully I'll be holding it up later.
I think there's one apiece at the moment, so there's quite a bit on this game.
Oh yeah, there's a lot. There was a lot of wagers went on last night over a pig on the spit at the local shearing shed, where we did the famous weigh-in. They'll run up the drafting race, the old school. And we developed a few new rules, just like the Super 14 has. They've got new rule changes. Well, we have got our changes, and we've gone back to 1940 rules, where the winger throws the ball in, and there'll be no lifting. And the only person that'll be substitute is when you get your jersey rucked off you. So, and I don't think we're allowed to give it the backs in the last 5 minutes. It's a 4-letter word. You should never use it.
Do you think it'll be a faster game than the modern game then?
I think we should go back to those old days, and just get those backs right out of the game. They just destroy it. I mean, 10-man rugby. We've got to get back to that. Rolling mauls. We're thinking on narrowing the field next year, making it a lot narrower, so then we don't be able to go wide, and we just roll maul it up there. 10-man rugby. I mean, that's where that is the future.
Will you be doing any crouch, touching, engaging type feeling things?
Well, I don't touch, so simple as that. And I don't think the other people do touch either, because you get locked up for that sort of stuff, don't you? But yeah, it should be 2 bulls locking horns. That's what it's going to be today. And if anyone does too much kicking, they'll just be simply taken off the field, because it just doesn't equate. Yeah.
You got a prediction for us, for those taking quite a bit on the sideline?
Well, I believe that Colac Bay, because we have a lot more supporters here, and I think that and the money we spent on the ref last night, I think we're looking pretty good, actually. I think Colac Bay will come out 5 points. No, 3 points.
Well, Norm, in New Zealand, even a social occasion, no holds barred in the New Zealand game of rugby.
No, she was pretty tough right there, Tom. It was a really good, hard-fought game. As usual, I got beat up again, but I just enjoyed it so much. Just a great game of rugby.
Slow start for Bluff, but very strong in those middle stages.
Yeah, and then we seemed to do all right when they kicked it out far, and then we come back running at them, but we run out of puff in the end, mate. And a lot of experience in that from those Southern boys that were invited out here to play for Colac. They were pretty good in the mauls.
Did you have a question mark over some of their heritage, because it looked like a bit of a rigged team?
Oh, well, it looked like it, didn't it? You know, but for these festival games, we accept those things, and we play them hard if we can, and that's the way it turns out. You know, we really enjoy it out here, and it's just a great thing to have. Yeah.
You wouldn't have had any trouble getting together the troops for the game?
No. We actually, Jeremy asked if we needed some more, and I said no, we're doing pretty well. So this is here to stay by the look of it. Yeah, pretty good.
Can't get that trophy off the Colac boys though.
Second year now. When she all started, I thought we were in with a bit of a rush. Last year they ambushed us, and they've done it again this year. So maybe next time we'll have another shot and see how we get on.
Will you look at the transfer market in between?
Yeah, I think we might do. I think we might look at that, yeah. Try and get some decent guys for us as well. Yeah.